I was thinking about the most relevant trends for 2022. Almost everything we know about digital has completely changed and morphed in the last 2 years. So I looked at what my peers were talking about when predicting the future. I counted over 500 different trends and predictions, and it was hard to find a common theme that resonated with me and with my customers. In the end, I narrowed them down to 5 major trends that I knew that my customers were also talking about. So here is my 2022 prediction list. A lot of us got tired of hearing the term new normal. However, there is a new world, at least in digital, that's here to stay. The trends we will talk about have all started before the pandemic, but the last 2 years made them dominant. There is increased investment and executive focus on each of them. So those are the ones I look at. Given this channel, I'm only going to discuss digital trends that have a chance to impact value creation. Technology predictions often focus on how IT gets things done, like the increased role of DevOps and AI ops, cloud migration, or things like data fabric. Frankly, the customer doesn't care about any of that. What matters to them is how technology transforms customer experience to reduce time and cost of delivering products and services. That's pretty much it. The most important trend for me is the emergence of the hybrid workforce. This is my number one. Forrester's research calls it the new automation fabric. The collaboration of people with artificial intelligence to perform various tasks. This trend is accelerated because of the current massive talent shortage and also the increasing AI capability. So a perfect storm. And that is the new digital workforce. This is something we've been talking about for years, anticipating that with all the advancements in artificial intelligence, one day the entire jobs can be performed with AI and automation. In the last 2 years, we have seen these become reality, and the trend will continue. What is amazing to me is that this is happening in some of the most conservative industries when it comes to technology, like transportation and healthcare. You see AI-enabled workforce everywhere from supply chain planning to drug discovery to allocating hospital beds to predicting spread of disease. AI is augmenting doctors, researchers, call center agents, and hospital administrators. My second big trend that I see is decentralized finance. And this is becoming mainstream. Decentralized finance means the elimination of any intermediary or middleman between the people like buyers and sellers, payers and payee. In other words, having direct control of money, investments, real estate, contracts, without the need for banks, title companies, or lawyers. I think we are living this trend already. The underlying decentralized blockchains are in place. Smart contracts for financial transactions are well defined. And the regulatory environment is finally catching up with the needs of the business and the participants. Most fintech companies and even traditional banks and brokers have already set up practices for crypto and blockchain, and the trend is likely to continue. In some ways, even central bank digital currencies will accelerate the trend of trusting non-centralized payment and settlement systems. And this is a lot more than just owning Bitcoin or NFTs. Let's look at business order management, tracking and settlement. It's $1 trillion problem that can be made much more efficient and cheaper with decentralized finance tools, like validating shipments and delivery on the blockchain. Managing suppliers, especially global suppliers, is notoriously difficult. Think about it. 98% of the companies have no idea what their end-to-end supply chain looks like. They have no visibility. This can all change with decentralized finance tools. Another area I predict will be growing is decentralized real estate. This is one industry where all processes have intermediaries, from brokers to title companies to inspectors. Decentralized finance will slowly take a role in all these areas of real estate. The third trend for me is the business metaverse, big words. This means the virtualization of business transactions, products, and services. Now, there are multiple trends converging here. These include augmented and virtual reality from consumer applications. They've really been focused on entertainment, but now they're becoming mainstream. The metaverse also applies to virtual assets, from NFTs to digital products and digital real estate or crypto. Businesses started metaverse applications in the pandemic, ranging from providing customer service in a virtual environment to training to digital product delivery. This trend continues. If more customers are willing to consume products digitally, as they are, and invest in virtual ownership, as they do, this trend has great potential. The real test of the business metaverse trend will be to see business-to-business transactions virtually, like consulting engagements or engineering projects. It is close, but I do not see the business-to-business at scale in 2022. The fourth trend I see is digital offshoring, or Digishoring as some call it. As more and more processes are automated and performed by AI, then you can offload more and more of your business functions to automated bots instead of offshoring companies. Businesses in the pandemic already considered temporary offshoring. Why? Well, the idea was that the business environment is changing too rapidly for 10-year outsourcing contracts. So companies like the low cost of offshoring, but would like more control over the changing business requirements and processes, and temporary arrangements made sure that happened. Now, some providers started offering extra flexibility by automating the processes with bots and AI instead of offshore workers in India or the Philippines. The assumption is that it is faster to reconfigure bots as business requirements shift than retraining remote workforces, especially if they're hard to find. So I believe Digishoring will definitely continue from outsourcing vendors, and I also expect in-house digital worker services like offering call center agent bots or accounting bots to handle seasonal surges in larger companies. The fifth trend I see is the convergence of customer and employee experience. Now, this is obviously coming from the fact that we all are consumers at the end. And for most companies, customers get a much better experience on their websites or mobile platforms than their own employees. As we are all becoming more remote and the line between employees and consumers and the gig economy blurs, everybody expects the same general seamless experience. We want the employee benefit portal or purchasing system in our company to be as easy to use as Amazon or Spotify. If internal systems and processes are complex and frustrating, then the workers will continue to leave. Now, employee experience is not why workers leave companies, but it can be one reason that they stay. HR departments know this, and it is a lot cheaper to provide better employee experience, consumer-like experience, through systems and processes than to chase the ever-increasing compensation spiral from competitors. Now there is a plus one. The plus trend often talked about is autonomous businesses, and I talked about this in this channel. This means AI taking over all the work from humans in a company. Some predict that we will see the first self-operating enterprises this year. This would require end-to-end processes to be performed without human interaction. Also requires the advancements in smart contracts to operate business between the business and its traditional suppliers and customers. Also, payment systems would have to be automated based on those smart contracts, whether they are traditional banks or crypto. Now, we've been waiting for autonomous businesses since the Ethereum blockchain started in 2014. And I think we will be there in 5 to 10 years, but not this year yet. And I can't wait. So there you have it. My insights based on what I see out there. What trends do you see? drop me a line and let me know. Talk soon.